Okay, we're going to finish with the return of a very popular cold case crime drama, which is available as a box set on ITVX. It's Unforgotten, and here's a clip.
So you take the parts here: head, arms, legs,
knees and toes.
The killer was interrupted.
I've done nothing wrong! It's just about the oldest motive for murder there is.
I don't know why, but when I started to watch this, I just wanted to cry loads of times. I don't know why it did this to me. I don't know whether I'm just feeling completely, in a place where I need to cry. But I don't know. There's so much going on. It's like a sensory overload, I would say, almost immediately. So we're back with Detective Sunny and Jess, who everybody will know from the previous series. Sunny, played by Sanjeev Bhaskar, and DCI Jess Jones, played by Sinead Keenan. And they're fairly new into their relationship, but it's less fraught in this series. They've got a real respect for each other, and they're kind of they work well. They work well together, but they find that there's a body being found in this very sort of bleak marshland, and I mean all of these things. There's no. It does what it says on the tin, every kind of episode, doesn't it? Or every series kind of opens up with that, something gruesome, a gruesome finding. And this is no different. But what I like about this, and some people might not like, and I usually don't like, my caveat, is kind of the going to and from all different stories. But I think actually that's what makes it different. So you've got that going on over there. And then you've got the relationships, because of course we know that DCI James, her husband, was having an affair. She's got a really busy job. She gets called, she's got to go out. I think he feels quite lonely. You see that dynamic. You see the fact that he was doing a meal for them, then she got a call, she had to go out. She got home, empty bottle of wine, phone on the table. She goes through the phone. Well, she can't get into the phone, actually. The PIN code's wrong. Obviously, there's a lack of trust there as well. So there's kind of that going on. And then we see a lot of refugees climbing out of the back of a lorry and sort of being shoved out into the world, and people picking them up. So there's another storyline there. So there's a kind of a sensory overload, but it does all come back together. It all weaves in. I mean, I think this is something that if you liked it last time, you're going to like it this time. It's as simple as that. It does what it says on the tin, and it's not deviating from that. And I think that's quite sensible, because there was a really sort of a warmth in reception for it. So yeah, I have to say I did enjoy it, but as I said, I don't know why. It's sort of, there was lots of emotion for me with lots of these things. There's lots of, well, obviously sad stuff happening, but you go from sort of seeing something, sort of a cold killing, if you like, or is it, to family situations and upset emotions. So yeah, I enjoy it. What do you think, Ian?
Well, the same week that we had a new Asian detective, Verdi, arriving on BBC One, we have the return of D.I. Sunil Khan, played by Sanjeev Bhaskar. And, I mean, Unforgotten has been very popular and highly rated, but I've never really got into it. I remember trying to watch it early on when the fabulous Nicola Walker was the other lead. And I sort of found the banter between the two characters rather excruciating. Anyway, I did watch it this time, and there was a lot about it that I liked. First up, I thought, Silent Witness, you need to up your game, because they cram so many different storylines into the cold case, and
yeah.
You're thinking, how are these all going to come together, these different strands? So you've got a sort of right-wing GB News type commentator played by Mayanna Buring. Okay, and then her fiance is a paraplegic. Then, as you say, Hannah, there's a refugee story, and also caught up in that is kind of about how the British have treated people who worked for them in countries where they were perhaps in a war zone or wherever. Then you've got a history lecturer, Juliet, played by Victoria Hamilton, who I really like. There's a whole storyline there kind of about trigger warnings and that kind of thing in universities. I mean, I'm sure like the anti-woke brigade are going to be very overexcited about this. And then you've also got radicalization online, which is a storyline about an autistic young man whose mother, who is clearly a hoarder, is played by Michelle Detrice. Yes, from Some Mothers Do Have Them many years ago. Anyway, so I kind of feel they've thrown a bit too much at it, and especially tackling all these contentious issues. You know, each one of them on its own is like a hot potato, isn't it? But yeah, they certainly give you bang for your buck, and I shall be fascinated to see how it all works out. And I mean, meanwhile, of course, you know, you can't be a TV detective without a troubled home life, as we know. So appropriately, Jess has concerns about the fidelity of her partner. And Sunny, well, he's a bit lonely, really. He's trying to kind of connect with his family, but finding it difficult. In fact, we start out, he's dining on his own in a restaurant, and that kind of sets the tone. So, yeah, I have to say I was impressed, but I kind of feel like too many contentious issues competing for attention. But, yeah, I mean, I'm fascinated to see how it all pans out. And there was a lot about it that I liked.